Come with me to BLACKPINK's Deadline Chicago pop-up and see how long it took, how much I spent, and what all I got. We went the day after the concert and ended up arriving 40 minutes after opening. The line was wrapped around and down half the block, which really wasn't too bad. This was an update after about 30 minutes of waiting, and we ended up seeing a smoothie sign, and I got a craving, so I grabbed us some. Actually timed how long it took, and in total we waited 58 minutes with the line moving pretty steady. Once we got inside, I was so starstruck, but the first thing I noticed was the limited availability of items on the rack. What sizes they have out is only what sizes are left, which was pretty shocking considering they only had it opened an hour before. And being a plus size gal, it had me nervous farting a little. The merch was set up so cute and looked and felt very high quality in person. Here is also a full merch list for the US. I immediately bolted to the motor jacket and saw they only had sizes way too small for me left, and as I was filming, they actually ran out of all but a medium. However, I was really devastated, so I tried the medium on, and with my actual size being a 2XL, it fit just like a 2X, which I'll show how it fits later. Literally, I could have started screaming right there. I hadn't really seen this metallic hoodie and knew I needed it ASAP. The foil was super high quality and didn't feel like they just ironed it on. After this point, I went and asked about sizing for everything, and pretty much everything besides the motor jacket had from a large to a 2X left. My next target was the pink football jersey, and my bestie got the black one to match me. Also, after Lisa wore it, I just had to have it. I wanted the blanket but got nervous at first because it felt a little rough, but I think it was just from being touched repetitively. So now it's time to check out, in which I went up to the front and just gave a list and sizing. The full cost ended up coming to $578.82, which, adding the merch I got at the concert the day before, the full amount I spent on the pop-up merch was $875.39. This gave me 6 cards from the pop-up, and for some reason I actually ended up with 2 New York ones. I went up to the same lady that checked me out and asked to swap them for Chicago, and she literally told me no with the blandest look on her face. However, my best friend encouraged me to ask someone else, in which I did, and she was super nice and super sweet and swapped them out for me, in which I ended up with OT4 and 2 Jennies. Now for the haul. At the concert, I got the city-specific shirt in a 2X, which I was so obsessed with, and it made it super special being the skyline. Next was the special edition light stick, which I kind of regret buying. The only difference in the design was the rubber hammer part, and the material was actually pretty shitty. I can't complain much though, since I actively chose buying it knowing that's all it was. Next was the jersey in a 2X, and the material was super soft. This is just a plain tortee with the dates on the back. This is the foil crop hoodie, which, yes, it's super high quality, but $100 was a little steep for it in my opinion. The blanket I didn't take out because I needed to fit it in my luggage, but it was way softer untouched. And my favorite purchase, the motor jacket. This was well worth the $250, and again, I was overjoyed a medium fit perfectly when I originally wear a 2X. The quality is phenomenal and it's so cozy, so shout out to BLACKPINK for making me feel great that day. And that's about it. Let me know if you got anything, and I hope this helped anyone who may be going.